hapon, mga pinalangga na kong Subuanon, pinalangga kong Subo. May hapon usab sa uban nga naglantaw ka kalibutan. Allow me to speak in English for this live press con so that we will be understood. Again, reconnect with all of you who have been following us in all that we have been trying to accomplish for the province of Cebu, the world pandemic. Let me show you the history of our active cases vis-a-vis our executive order. As you all know, I had actively fought for a shorter quarantine period for our OFWs inside a hotel is illogical, expensive, harrowing, stressful, and totally does not COVID-19. If you would remember, we insisted, the Cebu Protocol insisted on a swab upon arrival. So that immediately, all those that arrive, test results coming out in 24 to 48 hours. The protocol for IATF is, at the time, swabbing on the 7th day in convenience stores and go around so that they could get their basic necessities. And I have tested, they were only tested on the 7th day. Small wonder then that the Delta variant started with community transmission in Manila. We're one of the few countries that does not require an RT-PCR upon boarding from the country of departure. I was blaming Cebu, when in fact, history would have shown that community transmission started in Luzon, in Manila. Why? Infecting the staff. And the staff, the hotel staff or security guards go home to their families. That's how community transmission started. But of course, very risky, dangerous, and that was the effect. Well, we have continued with the swab upon arrival. The RT-PCR for all ROFs and OFWs is free. You're not charged a single centavo for it. But in Manila, I hear it costs you 2,000 to do the same for the ROFs and OFWs that would arrive in Manila. Our protocol would have been after 3 days swabbing. A few weeks ago, as an incentive to vaccinated individuals, I issued a memorandum. Swab on the 5th day, and since we are very efficient here, the molecular lab can immediately come up with the result. The results can come out on the same day so that they may go home. Came up with the color coding, and they would only allow that for green countries. How they arrived at coloring these countries green, and strangely enough, the US, which has the most number of vaccinated individuals, were, because of the drive to produce vaccines, and they have other colors like, what are the other colors? There's yellow, there's orange, there's lavender. And the IATF has said that they are studying it for the sake of humanity. Please find your humanity somewhere in there. ROFs and OFWs are Filipinos too. They have families too. And many of them are not coming home for a grand visit. Someone may have died and they're just trying to catch up with a wake, or somebody met an accident, or there's a huge family problem. Quarantine protocols. I hope that we finally at least agree that for all vaccinated arrivals tested on the 5th day, and over here in Cebu, because we are efficient, we can release the results on that coloring or color coding is your creation. There is no international standard. I have been trying to look at some kind of international standard. So I hope that can finally be accomplished, answering the call of the President to shorten the quarantine period. So, insisted with my EOs the swabbing upon arrival because the IATF had changed it at a certain point, and that's when we saw an increase. The Delta variant in Mindanao came from Cebu. That was exactly the time, or a few days, weeks later, this Dr. Salbañas